Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today we're here with the Cessna 185 Skywagon. This is a aircraft that we got with an update. A couple different variants here. You have a ferry, a ski, a tundra, and of course, I think it's a water one, right? Standard you have, and then pontoons. So you have many different options to choose from. We are actually going to go with the one with the fairings, which is this aircraft here. Very beautifully modeled. It's made by Microsoft and Coronado. Pretty cool aircraft. We're going to jump inside, take it for a flight, see how it handles, see how it flies. Now, this one in real life, I'll give you a little bit of stats on it. So it says it seats 2, has a cruising speed of 147 knots. Fuel burn is 49.40 liters per hour. Max altitude 12,999. Who would have guessed? 830 nautical miles. Real world stats here. It looks like engine is a Canaline IO520D 300 horsepower. It seats. This says it seats up to 6, including pilot in real life. I don't know if that's true. Gross weight 3,350 pounds. Empty weight 1,688 pounds. Full useful load is 1,662. Wingspans 35 feet 10 inches. Length is 25 feet and 9 inches. Height is 7 feet and 9 inches. Max speed is 155 knots and a height of 7 feet and 9 inches. Did I say that already? I might have said 7 feet and 9 inches. My bad. Service ceiling 17,150 feet, 645 nautical miles. Takeoff distance is over 50 feet, 104. It says 1,430 feet. Landing distance is the same. So there's the real world stats versus Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's jump inside, give it a little bit of a flight, see how it flies, see how it handles, and yeah, let's try it out. Let's go, I don't know, somewhere on the ground over here. This airport will do. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. We'll just taxi here and take off. I'll show you a little bit of this aircraft. Should be if you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. Smash the thumbs up if you're liking these videos. We're doing single engines, and we're going to do turboprops and all the rest of it. Checking out each individual plane on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And if this series goes right, we did the private jets, we did the twin engines, and now we're doing the single engines. If we do pretty good, eventually I'll take a look at the airlines. And also I'm going to review one of my favorite airliners in 2024 and 2020. But for now, let's take a look at the Skywagon here. This is a beautiful tail dragger aircraft, a Cessna one. Probably one you would get if you couldn't get the 170, what is it, the 172M for training. This might be a little bit more affordable. However, you definitely have to be aware with taxiing with the tail draggers to go a little bit slow. There's a little bit of unique features inside the aircraft as well, which I'm going to show you here. So let's jump inside. So if you take a look in the center console here, we have a couple different things, okay? You got your cowl flap, which is adjustable, open and close. We're going to leave it fully open right now. This is your tail wheel lock for the back wheel. You want to, if you're taxiing, you want to lock it for straight, and if you're turning right or left, you want to unlock it. Then if you look in the center here, we have a fuel valve and another fuel valve. I believe this one, I forget what this one is for shut off maybe. So we're just going to turn that to the center. We want to put that for both. And of course, you got your regular radio stack here. I think this is a 430. And very cool and simple aircraft. This is a fun one to fly if you're new to aviation. You want to try something simple, but also a little bit complex, because we do have the mixture, the propeller, and the throttle here. So it's not a bad aircraft to start with. If you take a look around inside, it's pretty nicely modeled inside and out too. It's a very beautiful aircraft that they did. Coronado is always good with making aircrafts look amazing, fly pretty good. Let's try the batteries on here. We can give a couple primes for it. You don't need to do this with the fuel pump. If you want, you can. I'll just pressure it up a little, like 5 clicks of that. We have the magnetos. We'll turn on there. We'll put the beacon on and get ready for the startup. Let people know what we're going to be doing. That's your radio stack here for your electronics. Once we get the plane started, we'll go ahead and turn that on. Alright, so mixture, put rich, propeller in, crack throttle, and let's go ahead and open the window here. Clear prop. Alright, let's get this bad boy fired up. Alright, I put the master avionics on here. Did that a little bit prematurely. We can wait for it to warm up. It's a pretty warm day here on the ground, so we should be alright. Let's go ahead and get on the taxi. We'll click that in. Give it a little juice. We could do a run-up too if you wanted to. With takeoff, you want to do, I think, at least 1 notch of flaps as well. Very nicely modeled aircraft. Handles good. Ground handling's amazing. Functionality of this aircraft is really good. I believe they really worked on this one, which is nice. I was thinking about buying a Payware 172 or 180. I think they sell a 180, just came out for Coronado, and see what the difference is between the Payware and the freeware that they give you in the flight simulator here. I'm not sure what that would be, or if it would be worth it, because the aircraft I think is about $20, and we have a lot of Cessnas in this game already, so I'm not sure if that would be worth it to purchase, you know. We're gonna taxi through these trees. This is a nice little airport. Of course, let me get my landing. We got a taxi light and landing light there, which is nice. Not very bright, but let's see what this thing looks like at night. So it doesn't look like we have too much lighting in here. Oh. I missed the little runway there. I don't see any lighting in here as far as night lighting goes, so it looks like it's just regular, nothing crazy. If you hit the brakes, it does come up on the nose, not a lot. It has a pretty decent amount of braking that you can do without flipping it, which is nice, because some of the tail draggers in 2020 did not allow that. They usually flipped over when you touched them, which is nice to see a tail dragger made a little bit better. This is very nicely done. So far, I'm impressed. We can pull the throttle out. The only one thing is when you pull out the propeller, I noticed that the RPMs, I don't know. Let's just take off here. Get in the air. I'll show you what I mean. Pretty good sound. I forgot to lock the tail. Definitely has good handling. It feels very good. I'm gonna pull a little bit of the RPMs out here with the propeller. We got a lot of turbulence today up here, wherever I took off from. Very turbulent today. Alright, it's a beautiful aircraft. So far, it handles very nicely. I like the way it handles. Very, very good handling. Very, very nice. Let's try to do a stall here. I'm going to bring up the nose here. Power on stall. I'm pretty sure it's going to be most like usual. Just I'm gonna just try this out real quick. Here comes the stall speed. There's the stall warning. Pulling back. Left wing feels like it's gonna snap, and there it goes. Very, very slow snap there. Not aggressive at all. Let's do power off stall. Pull out the power here. Try this out. General aviation flying is very fun. Alright, there we go. And nose down. It's interesting, in 2024 I noticed that the wings would always snap to the left. In 2020, the wings would always snap to the left or to the right or during a stall on power off. When power off stalls in 2024, the nose just drops. But power on, it snaps the wing. That's an interesting feature that I noticed in this new simulator. I don't know if that's accurate to real life, but it's super cool that it does that. I think that's probably a better, like, more realistic thing. Let's come back down around for a landing here. Want to lock that tail wheel. Uh-oh. I probably should pay attention to where I'm going here. That's not a landing, but we're going to do it anyway. I was going to use this for the landing strip. I cannot find the runway anyway, so this should do it. Let's try it out. Flaps are 30. Gear doesn't come up, so it's definitely down. It feels nice, even over the runway. And we're down. Oops. I gotta keep pressure on that back stick there, it looks like. Otherwise we'll flip over. So that's pretty cool. You definitely have to pull back on the handle during the taxi there. The tail wheel wants to come up, so slight braking. It feels very good. Very, very good. Let's see. That vent opens too. That's a nice little feature that Coronado usually does. And you got your temperature gauge over here too. I know they always usually have that, so that is a pretty cool feature too. Not bad. Very beautiful aircraft. I highly recommend it. Very good job to the developers for this one. It feels great, flies great. Doesn't have the best accurate engine readouts, I heard. So as far as, you know, adjusting your mixture and stuff like that, you're not going to get anything precise with this. This is basically for your beginning level people who just want to fly, go, kind of like me. You know, just want to take off and not worry about all the little parameters. But as you get into, you know, aircrafts like this, you can look for the same type of aircraft, but just a little bit more complex, where they can actually dial in that. A2A makes a pretty good aircraft like that, but that's for 2020, not for 2024 yet. So hopefully we'll get something like that in the simulator soon. Anyway, that's my review of this. I think this is definitely a great aircraft compared to some of the ones that we have checked out. I would definitely give this a solid 8 out of 10. So let me know what your thoughts are on this beautiful aircraft, the Skywagon. Pretty cool name too. It comes with a bunch of different liveries too. I like the red. It's classic, you know. Let's shut it down and see what it looks like with the engines off here. Pretty good sound. Good. It sounds good. It flies good. All those things are important. Sound, always a pleasure. That one, I believe, like, when you have good sound, it really brings the immersion of the aircraft that much better, you know. It makes it a lot more fun to fly when you have really good sound quality. This one's not bad, and it could use a little bit of work. It doesn't have that throaty sound, but it's not bad. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel, smash the thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.